Ben na one beba.
Everybody is here. Good afternoon, lovely viewers. Today we come your way once again with a family life discussion. Today we'll be looking at one of the enemies in our relationship, which is miscommunication. How do we communicate properly? How do we use communication to resolve our issues? What brings about miscommunication? And what are the factors involved in miscommunication? Together with me today would be discussing this issue. To discuss this issue are Grace Asari from Madina West, Elder Owusu from Madina East, Madina Ogbojo Estate, then our grandpapa, Elder William Wedi from Ashaliboche. Yesterday, we looked at what people would call difficulties between parents and children. Today we are continuing the discussion, but emphasis on miscommunication. What is miscommunication? Elder Uso.
Yeah, thank you. Now, if you want to treat miscommunication, I think we can fast track it to see what communication really is.
Okay.
Communication is to bring unity, to bring oneness in the relationship, and most importantly, to bring love. So that when even there is a problem, through good communication, we can still solve the problem and manage the problem so that it will appear as if nothing wrong had happened.
Okay.
So the opposite side becomes the
miscommunication. Okay.
So wherever there is miscommunication, there is no love, there is no unity, there is no peace. So we have to analyze the situation present at that time to see how best we can control ourselves so that the communication will be as good as possible. But in the absence of it, it's going to create miscommunication, which will finally create chaos in the family.
Grace, let me come to you. Could it be that yente communication nase any insonso ewo yekita hodie mu? Let's say our relationships, our marriages, in our homes, in our workplaces. We don't see the real importance. Say said ye kasa no ewo hia entina this miscommunication issue.
Yes, before communication can take place, the two people or the two parties involved must be willing to, first of all, speak and listen. If the two parties are not prepared to speak and listen, then there's going to be miscommunication.
Okay.
Yeah. In a work relationship, in a school relationships, family relationships, first of all, we should understand that you can't make any progress if you are not communicating.
Okay.
And before you can communicate, you should be willing, prepared, mentally, emotionally to either receive information, provide information, maybe shift a position or something. Until we get to that point, then we are not going to communicate properly, and it's also going to result in miscommunication.
Okay. Elder Bwedi, I want us to look at personalities like the ostrich. So they have an issue, and all they do is to coil in. They bottle it up, they don't talk about it, and they find other ways to hide their problems. So if the person is into drinking, the person will prefer drinking than communicating to the partner. How do we resolve this issue?
Let me greet the viewers, really, in resolving such issues, one will have to look at the upbringing issue.
Okay.
One will also have to look at the background of the persons involved.
Okay.
Maybe their experiences in this world. Some people feel that, well, once there's a problem, let me forget it. Let me drink my head off. And then I forget everything.
Okay.
Let me even travel. Let me do whatever. Until her idea in a year, inipa ni suno said yes here at
Okay.
and or day year juma. Instead say obey sudden head on and control affairs, especially the men.
But obey nini.
Oh, you then it is an ostrich. A samba ostrich no or petrocrobino in the room. The air cost to be a funny. It you know, sunny pardon, and then I'll be a just a wood shed that train. It be the once we start talking on radio, on TV, and that kind of thing, I think people will start learning. Because unfortunately, if you remember yesterday, somebody said the men are not trained.
Yeah.
They just enter into marriage.
Exactly.
And that's Africa, you know.
We shouldn't be.
We shouldn't be. It is such a person who come or create a problem. A buyer will be on 2 years. Now the other part, you know, and then crowd and bread. Ubi so far, obey say, meanwhile, and some better and so. Now, Obesayakai. In resolving such issue, the media mechanics obia more modern say asamba, bear money to a city. Jinaho, not solve wasam. Rather than ube pay a blind eye to it and then you feel that everything is okay. It will develop, mature, and then explode.
Okay.
And the day it will explode, nobody can do anything about it.
All right. Thank you, Elder. To our viewers, you can be able to join us on live, Madina Central SDA Church Facebook page, YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter. Meridian Ghana Conference, you can also join us on Meridian Ghana Conference, Facebook, and also YouTube. Madina East on Facebook, Madina West on Facebook. Let's continue the discussion. Elder, me pese ye hwe edi free yentiti yemu. Se oye abofra na de bia ukoka asem eche obi a ubehu se nipa no akoka asem no ewo baby foforo. Could that also trigger miscommunication? Say anything I said there, Elder Boedi can say eba no nkofo bi a se oni obi be kasa fa asem no ho no onye. Could it be said because of previous experiences osro say asem we mene grace koka ana mene kexi koka wan hwe ya no the asem no akobebi amempe se eko? Could it also be a factor?
Yeah, I believe say it could be a factor.
Okay.
In the sense that the Obasa says, you know, maybe the parents and the immediate community or Washia.
Okay.
So now it is natural, say, wherever you are, no, you learn from the community. You study from the community.
Okay.
And you think, say, maybe or probably that is the best way to handle things. So whatever we learn from home, you know, I affect our attitude outside too.
Okay.
So, you know, it's very important, say, as parents, a trainee in Kualano, they should do their best to train them well. And yes, sir, whatever they learn from the home, no, that's what they will take it outside.
Okay.
So, but there's one year was a caution. Was a miscommunication, you know. Let me feel say a debia yesterday, say for Kwayekono, we are going to do that habit.
Okay.
If we say You know, yes, started to say where there is communication, there is love. Until if you answer now, miscommunication, bebano. Na bibi esi.
No love, no po.
Na bibi esi. Bibi say jealousy.
Okay.
Mistrust. A bad relationship no more. And now say self-centered. Bribina anima kui afide anima kui.
Okay.
He doesn't want to expose this to the other partner. So answers a back from questions, is only to put away the other partner so that he or she doesn't continue. To make sure that partner doesn't get closer to him too much, to be asking more questions. If possible, I will leave the house or I'll leave the room for some time so that I come back with some countenance via it will distract further communication.
Okay.
All these are the things that will create the miscommunication.
Okay. Auntie Grace, me pese ye share, let's look at it from this point. Say obi to me be catch yourself for say me ne me yere dey about 2 weeks near en kasai. And I ask myself, what do you want to gain? Say your wife or you are in a relationship. You are preparing for marriage. Now after there, for 2 weeks you are not talking to your partner. How does it work?
I think it's all boils down to, as we've all said, understanding one another, getting to the point where you want to communicate. Elder rightly said that before this miscommunication starts, something must have happened for miscommunication to come about. It's possible say there's been some mistrust somewhere, and those triggers has happened, and also our upbringing can also be a factor. For example, if when growing up I saw say this is how my parents resolve issues, that is how I would like, that's what I'll pick up, and I would want to resolve issues that way. And then my partner would also pick something different. If it's probably our first major conflict, then there's going to be a second conflict on how to resolve that conflict.
Okay.
Because we are unable to communicate. Ebia meme di NSA meye di na we bisa me say then hame. Also so expect to say since I have an issue I should bring it up so that we talk. That can go on for a long time because me my di me trying so baby me.
Exactly.
Also so expect to say me famra. It can go on for a long time.
And they say our neighborhood. If it's a relationship and so it will break down.
Also break down.
Another. Yeah. But Elder Boyd, let me come to you. Yenjin this say it's simply because kasa communication na ye kan wasem no. Yentina say endwen ho nsonsoaso a ebetimi de aba ya brabo mu, ya warie mu, ye nkita hodie mu. And I say even at school, at the workplace, is it because we don't realize the importance of communication? Elder Boyd.
It's so. Maybe we don't realize it, but some do it intentionally.
And the obi said that say me de meye kaseti tia me nyonko.
Yes.
Elder way de me na kakra.
What meaning? Say memenasu.
Okay, Elder, let me come in. And the aware for. Now ne o yere tifie. Now what said that say o de obe kasa atia ukunu anasa o yere. How does that happen?
Unti bi say me chere na se be ye berima.
Okay.
I didn't know cancer. Intentionally when him said oh yeah then but what yam wa bodam ana ashow ana maybe a bikura office or good intention or yam wa sakra by force.
Okay.
And sa ne mani nyina na koma sa etrimoden sam no eba. Na no ne yeka ne say yenim me ka sem rebida me no obi kasa say we read the oya no obewu because ofon ozo sa no te ono be ware me kra na onya body I feel I didn't go to hospital. I rush or go to hospital. Hey, I said, it might be true. Oh, such a person, only effect miscommunication. But no person will achieve a selfish aim. No. He's doing it to hurt. Nemo will name the outcome, no, say the Vesiaba. I didn't tell you I didn't go to hospital for your hand and he said, hey, sir, may you me kuno. And to see I didn't see the so more boy, a befield. After no massacre. Enti, yenina as a sea of Siase. Adia would the say a relationship could obey Jaya. Fine, I know the Saddam for an baby. But the Bawa redia as a sea of because when you Nipane be a Mawoma motifi, we are no Yarano for that hospital. You have now the name Brebusafu. You created it, and so you have to handle it.
Okay.
I think
yes, Grace, you want to add something?
Those who also don't do it intentionally, there's that gap, that's divide. They want to fix it, but they don't know how to go about it. Some people do not know the significance. I do not appreciate the significance of communication. I would want to believe that sometimes it boils down from how the relationship started. Were you friends? Were you having conversations?
Were you communicating?
And I say, you just meet, watch football, and then, oh, it was nice having you over, and then you just go away. And see, this is a football partner. I enjoy spending time with the person, but you don't talk about issues. You don't know how the person thinks. You don't know how the person reasons. And see, when there's a problem, you want to meet each other, but you are not on the same level. And see how you are presenting your argument. The person is not appreciating the arguments in the same or in a similar light. Yes, you may want to bridge that gap, but a lot of things might cause a hindrance to bridging the gap.
Okay.
It's the elder can say we need to learn. We need to learn how to communicate.
Okay. Other also. Oshe Proverbs 18:13. May kind of potokasemu. Or say to answer before listening, that is folly and shame. But Oshe a line of communication in a lot of relationships, in a lot of marriages are obe say nipa no di before nipa ni di na no besi no. I na adwin so onim de woka. Elder, how do we tackle this issue?
Na make us say miscommunication, a trigger. So if problems come into the relationship, Ubia you be bonny or they are shiny trim. Ubi suspected say or fanachi.
Okay.
Or they are shiny trim. Ubi say Nisika Krano, Bakun area, Fakabisu area, or they are shiny trim. And she ubia the personal interest our room. And she Mikasa Yakase, I was see a shia, in fact I was see a shia dear. A Christopher Yampadishia. We think sir, what we have will be enough for us toward our relationship.
Yeah.
But I was say yeta attacking kind near effect of all this.
But so let's say Grace. Young lady, beautiful lady in a good relationship. Now all of a sudden, the gentleman is not talking to her. What does she need to do to be able to resolve that issue of communicating?
Say communication, it can't be only one person.
Okay.
It takes the two to tango. And you know, we expect at least my many dear or him dear kakra. And we can start from somewhere. So while when him dear kakrano, you should be the first person to talk. And you are talking to bring unity, and you're just talking. because you have realized the problem of your partner and that he's not good at communication. So what do you do? So the other partner can come in and find a way to, because it's not all that pleasant to go to a pastor and tell the pastor that my partner doesn't communicate. You see, it's not very fair. And so what? The other partner should be able to build the person up, find a way to help him. It could be natural symptom that he was not trained that way in the family or in the community.
Okay.
So let the other partner come in to build up that confidence in communication within that person.
Okay.
And gradually, I think he or she will pick up.
Okay. Other body, ye won kophobia or my yom to say archaeologist. Say asemba, and one is a omwako digi dada, asem dada woho no modiaba. Asemo munim say it's in the past, but per their personality, no, that's what they do. And the only obisa our relationship, only obisa our warrior moi. How do you handle such a person?
Was some be said there, and wash. Obia or dege past. Minimum biduma, yashada a cheap paper or notebook. Watch it. Yebe ware na wedding day no. O maami bu mani chi. O papa nso kan say. Wo sisade no o ye ne ho kra no. Cheso o mpebasa. Wo date bibia.
Watcho ni nyina to.
Watchre. Obi nso de on twere na ni tire chance encyclopedia.
And the other and no sano botaye be na etechi. For what?
Onim de oye. Sa enua be dia kuno. Asa na ware asa na relationship asa bibia. In fact the basa kra dia obi otisa no enye family matters no kwa. Adwom ba bia one ne namfo. Akwasi on say na no yesusa ye bobo utia ma ya sepa. Why ye bibia good to that person must learn to be a good Christian.
Okay.
Christians forget about bad issues. They just forgive and forget. Sani pa we won't forget it. And won't forgive you. And don't know they about our relationship. Enti unya hu obi otisa no a normally ye de ya hu oden eko. But me sua ibi pa say a praying partner it will change bebreba. Because the end to me, the Spirit of God is able to change issues for us.
And the elder, kase unkofosano, say a bompire mom.
As I see a bompire, we are the partner. As I saw a bompire, what do you know what? Okay. There's a bompire because this requires external pressure from
but
God.
Elder, and how, apart from the prayers, no, what practical steps can the person take, say, my partner every time biano ena wa ya warrior o mami bo menichie ena ye ko Thanksgiving sike bi alfa ye wan fan befie ena o sister ye say o brother ye say apart from the prayers no then na ye betimi aye only sa nipa no you can live in harmony.
In fact, to live in harmony no you also have to forgive and forget.
Okay.
Sa nipa na e ni subai. Learn how to stay with the person and gradually try and change him or her. By changing him or her, I mean, Fausubaimbi a sacra.
And the other, can we look at a situation, say, only nipanubetimi akasa? Now, also what catch and say, in some way, saying a yane how, ebia, wokra. O papa, say a dano, but me nka ho asem. And I say, what manipa na tiasie say, nyama bebre wo ho no so aya, ompe, but you are not bringing it up. And I say, whatever the person is bringing up, no, you are not happy about it. Could that
mean methods? But obi wo ho a, okọ kan sa kra dia. And you will become millions because no encyclopedia ada na ho. And once
We're
we'll be
recording,
pages.
yeah. Elder Grace wants to come in. Grace, me pacho. No problem.
We can continue. I think people like that, no, you want to understand why they do what they do. So they
Great.
so at least a easy. I'm over near guso. So approaches so a easy to, or you know how to approach it. If you are normal, they might have suffered childhood trauma. And like Elder said, before miscommunication starts, there will be a trigger. And if someone has probably suffered a childhood trauma, they already have this, the whole world is coming against me mindset. And I don't know, you're always alert, you're always on your guard. Because you feel the whole world is coming against you. It's obisa no, if you understand that this is what the person has suffered during their childhood, and that is what is probably causing their behavior now. If you are approaching it, you approach it differently, and then it will foster proper communication. Obisu so the personality no. We have the extrovert and then the introvert.
Okay.
With the extroverts or no wakana with the introverts no
Or the ashenimu.
The day it reaches the point and no say bibi will be crying a can the person will blow up.
Okay.
And you'll be like I did kitty way I'm here. Even in the past I've done worse things. One blow up in a kitty way. Yes, Yamana, why yeah, that na ababe community to this point. If you probably want to understand, first of all, the personality to say, is the person an introvert or an extrovert? So you're introvert, na say be why you BB, na say Tiana, bring it up yourself. So oh trends on non famba, on fama. To bring it up yourself. Oh, Kexi, mitia nice, meaning say mitia nice, man shada. Then you create that platform for the person to talk. Yes, I know when creating that platform now, another time,
okay.
Oh, example, I'm talking plenty. Example now, or the Maya said wedding, you know. Your friend said Nipane Bunaninche. Probably you saw. Let's assume you saw.
Okay.
Bring it up, maybe after the wedding. Oh, me who say me Papa Buaninche for Fachano. Me who say wait here nice or Fachano. So that the person talks about it and then lets it out. Say, okay, so one famba dear, then you are causing a problem for yourself. In addition to praying.
I want us to look at say yede nokre ekasa. And see a lot of issues of miscommunication because there is no truth in the communication. How are we able to balance this? Making sure say we are communicating right and truthfully. Say yede nokre ekasa.
From the beginning, your family say in marriage, especially, your family say one party and only communication. So he or she is having a problem with miscommunication.
Yeah.
Assume he said the other party need it.
Or you're okay.
There could be a situation where the two of them will have that same problem.
Okay.
And then I say critical. Now, say kind of miscommunication, be a trigger. So. Until the moment the other party realizes truth is being hidden somewhere. I'm not being told the truth. This man or this woman is lying to me. Then you create room for miscommunication, and there will be problem in the house.
Okay.
Now, why is this the one who told the lie? Also, why did he tell the lie? What is he trying to hide? Are we not one?
Yeah.
Why are you keeping this from me?
And Elder, let me come in. So it's a scenario where Oshe aware for Nimobia and Bemani be said, Mayere Nimisi Kasem. And Tiayasana, Missy Nibia, on him say, Minibi.
Okay.
But Oko situation being so more, Neyere enim Sika or the Befi.
Okay.
And Tisoko catcher Neyere say, O Nibia, Neyere in Jindi.
The truth is somehow covered. Is that right? The truth is covered. Maybe you are trying to be truthful to your wife, But to some extent, you have stopped because he knows your basic salary. But there are some allowances somewhere which you are keeping, doing something outside the family here.
With those money.
With those money, Obana addicted.
But one country.
So if it comes to be unveiled there, the person, that partner will be agreed.
Okay.
And it will create all sort of problem. Now, as I asked the question, why are you hiding something from? Because you have made it known to her there. You are talking a part of man. You have made it known to her. Say, you have revealed everything to her, so far as your finances are concerned. But why is it that this time you are not telling me this? You are hiding something from me. It means you have an agenda somewhere which may not trigger well for the family.
Okay.
So of course, the other partner will not be very happy. And the words that will come out from him or her will be very disastrous. And
okay.
Always bring chaos. You see, if you want to be truthful, let's be truthful all the way. If you want to be faithful, let's be faithful all the way. Example, you having a child somewhere. We never told the partner that, oh, in my school days, I got. Now you marry about 5 years after, you try to bring in someone outside into the family. Of course, the other partner will not be happy.
Okay. Elder, thank you. So I want us to wrap it up. Elder Bwedi, yadi way you know, there's an issue, say, action speaks louder than words. Could it be a situation, say, will say, oh, ye bibiache, or ye say, oh, don't. But the banner will cast a more, onye. Kasa, ode, kasa no, abusing no. But also, if will say, your action shows, say, you are given enough money to Oyereno.
Sabetiwasia, nature say, miscommunication about one side, no. Who would you do so? Kind of credit?
Debbie, I say, we need your action should communicate for you.
Should communicate for you. All right.
But on fa kasa nan kasa enka ho. You are thinking actions could do the talking for you.
Yes. Action is speaking there. But ye ni pay yetiasi. Actions be to misinterpreted. The try misinterpreted then say, men can't sabedo, men farmer non kind. But me ye near my view fear a chesabedo. Why are they? And how do I know can is sudia?
Exactly.
Enka a hotoba.
Especially by once
Oba or why Diana Bibia come. Would dear Diana find Chessa and Diana Ned? But how do I know Kaya? That compliment, no, it would do.
Okay.
As is a dear Diana. If you could have come and do it, no dear. Nanyad. Only a woman in the breed. Okay. It made the ever sense, Yamaya no Casano, Emra.
Okay.
Now, Unipano, Euhuno intentions. Never by business, Ubinsu by council no bois. It's dangerous because at that only a crop partner and be who say, oh, some come for me in our bois. Nako fast mamba. It is a dear opinion kind. Yammy you, a year you. Dabia, ye Debbie, so and ye Debbie because our reno yam koyai free day one, a could see him. A j, one more we are there on the Nigerian say, come what may, drew when you talk. One more your money among. But do be a your Christian idiot or you because you never say your focus is to the end.
Elder William Bwedi, health, family life leader for the Madina district. We are grateful. Grace, your final words.
Yeah, with the actions and then there are 5 love languages. Because of time, I can't run through all.
Yes,
but
give us the ones you can.
There's physical touch. There's quality time. There's acts of service, and then there's spending time together.
Okay.
Sometimes you have to understand the love language of your partner.
Okay.
The love, your partner wants you to do something for them. Now you are not doing it because that is no love language. And now, oh yeah, it means something
to the person.
Now, Oka say, oh, let's spend time together. In Kuku or home and washimu, I have to cook, I have to do all these things. And then you say, come and let's sit and have quality time. It doesn't mean anything to me.
Okay.
But if my love language is act of service, it means the world to me.
Beautiful.
In that sense, no, we have communicated. And if I understand your love language, you understand mine, then we can speak each other's love language. Yes, sir, you think you are showing me love, but it's not really meaning anything.
So what would you advise young people in a relationship, young people preparing to get into marriage, on communication? 1 minute.
Okay. First of all, you have to talk. You have to talk about stuff. Don't just
assume.
Don't do things and not talk.
Okay.
Talk. Because it's by talking that you get to know one another.
Okay.
First of all, another one too is create trust. As soon as you start lying, then the person will have to be doubting things you say.
Okay.
But you create trust. Oh, I'm with a lady friend. Oh, I'm with a male friend. I'm here, I'm there. In future, you have very little to work, little work to do.
Okay. Thank you very much, Grace Asari, Madina West Family Life member, also a social and psychology expert. Elder, also, final words.
Final words. Now, miscommunication is not good for any family, any community, any marriage.
Okay.
So we should try as much as possible to avoid. Avoiding it means we have to know, we have to study, we have to learn and know. Because you enter into marriage with the idea that you are going to stick together for life. So you have that mindset. So as a man, the man is the head of the family. So you should know that you have to keep your wife until then.
Yeah.
So what are you going to do? You see, so you have to maintain that relationship. Take it upon yourself. That my or your weaker version. Me, I'm missing a stronger version. What am I showing to her? No. And normally, you say you see kind, I know you show appreciation when any jiwo.
Okay.
So, but bako from one, na say really you're channel. I was say you show appreciation. That's the period. If you say I love you, it will stick more than when there is joy and happiness all over, and you say I love you. It doesn't kick well.
Yeah.
See, so when the problem comes, let's come in immediately to resolve, so that there will always be peace, and that is only through good communication, not miscommunication.
Okay. So thank you, viewers. You heard them speak. You can talk, but you may not be communicating. What we've done today is to look at the issues on communication and understand how best we can be able to resolve our communication issues so that we'll not be having miscommunication. Thank you for joining us today. We pray that tomorrow you will join us again for a rather exciting episode of our family life shows. Thank you, and see you again tomorrow. Bye. We would wait for Children's Corner to join us as we continue our virtual programs. Thank you.